Good morning. Just the injury update with Justin. He won't practice today. I don't have any other further updates in terms of what I said earlier on Monday. Again, it still comes down to the grip strength, where he is later in the week, and we'll see. Right now, he's working with the trainers, and that's progressing well, but we'll see where it is. We still think he's doubtful for this week. Tyson, will be the starter if that is the case, and we're certainly excited about him working forward and with the offense today, and we'll see where it goes. Got a big practice ahead of us today on first and second down, so we'll see where it is. Davis, we're not practicing today either. We'll see where he is. High ankle sprain, not likely to play this week, of course, and it'll be week to week from there. And then Johnson, 23, was still in our concussion protocol. We just found that out this morning. So he's got to work through that, and we'll see where he is later in the week. We do expect to get Homer back this week, which is good. And the full injury report will be out after practice. Like I said, offensively, we're preparing this week for Bajent to be the starter, and we'll work through that. And again, like I said, we're excited about that. And then defensively, we're looking at building some momentum here based on the last few performances. It's good to have our guys back. In the secondary, getting some continuity there. So we're looking forward to getting after that today and this week. And then special teams, I think have been doing a good job, with being solid in their performances. Certainly Cairo's done a nice job with the kicking, and looking forward to continuing that as we go. Relative to the offensive line combinations, the questions on that, I'm not going to answer the combinations there right now because we're working through those things right now. And we certainly like, by force many times to have those different combinations because of training camp and various injuries that we've had, of course, during the course of the year. So that, of course, gives us some flexibility to put guys inside, guard, center guard, and also at the tackle position. But again, that's where it is. We're going to finalize that later in the week, of course. With that, I'll open up to questions.
Just to clarify with Justin, is surgery something that's still on the table or being discussed if the grip strength doesn't improve?
Yeah, I believe we'll have some clarity later in the week, hopefully. But we'll see where it is later in the week. But again, nothing's off the table. Nothing is on the table right now. We still got to see where it is.
Was it the base of his thumb that was dislocated or the tip? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about specifics of that. But again, it's come down to grip strength. He's working better. The swelling has gone down some, which is good. So we'll see where it is.
Could that be, since the swelling has gone down, could this eventually, best case scenario, be a situation that the trainers would be able to tape it and he'd be able to play through it that way?
Yeah, I mean that's where it is, right? Other people have had this injury. It's gone that way. Where they've taped it and they went through it and they've played. It's been a week-to-week thing, and then all the way to having surgery and then being out. So it's we don't know where it is yet. We'll figure it out on later in the week.
What do you gain by waiting until the end of the week to make a decision?
Just more the grip strength, see where he is, functionality, see where he is. That's really what we gain.
So there is some hope he could play Sunday if you're not ruling it out now.
Like I said, we don't know. We don't know. If you say hope, there's, certainly we're optimistic where it is, but again, we don't know. We don't have the answers yet. We'll know later in the week.
The differences between Tyson and Justin as quarterbacks. If Tyson does play, does that allow you to do anything differently on offense?
Well, you play to the strengths of the quarterback, right? So certainly some of it will look different. It'll look different for sure, just because of the person. You always got to play to the strength of who's got the ball in their hands at quarterback, and we're certainly going to do that.
Matt, you guys have talked a lot this season about pass protection issues. How do you prepare Tyson to navigate that part of it?
Yeah, the big one, this one is Max, right? He's the big guy that's obviously has a lot of havoc to the offense, and he's a all-pro player and continues to play that way. That's the big thing, right? So we got to have a plan for him. Their pressure package is good too, but you got to have a plan. We got to do a good job of executing that plan, not only during the week, but also tactically during the game. That's an important part of having tactics. So it's important we do that.
But how do you coach Tyson to keep his fundamentals, follow the reads that you guys want him to follow, knowing that there's going to be a lot of backpedaling and scrambling going on?
I would just say that we, obviously operate the offense, so whatever the rules are for that particular play, if we're doing some different things for their best pass rusher or we're getting the ball out quick. We just got to operate the offense.
Are the
Talked
different,
Go
are
ahead,
the
Dave.
different combinations on the offensive line, I know you said you weren't gonna talk about them, but are they the meaning for changes or anything, is that performance based, or is that who fits best with Tyson, or how are you approaching the
Yeah,
offense?
I would say that's, I would say both. That's every week, right? So, this is a week to week thing. We got to make sure we're putting the best players, in position, and, performance is a part of that, of course. And that not only during the last game, but also during the week.
Matt, you talked about the defensive momentum. When you look at the performance that you guys had Sunday against the Vikings, third down, or the way you performed in the second half, what struck you most about what created some of that success?
Yeah. I would just say the guys played with good energy. The guys knew what to do. They played fast, played with good fundamentals. I really like the fundamentals and the detail of how they operated in a lot of different ways. In terms of like their space, the space tackling was much better. I thought the vision and break, on the underneath throws was really good. And that's stuff we worked on, and then, the coaches that I've been around always said you get what you emphasize. We emphasized that a lot last week. I certainly think continuity, getting other players back, I think was helpful too. But I think it's all encompassing.
From a practical standpoint, what do you guys gain by adding that quarterback? What does he get to do during the week?
Well, he's on practice squad, so he gets to help us, on the look squad, which is great this week. Again, we're not sure what quarterback we're playing yet, but we'll see where that is. But just the practice squad.
How do you approach that when three different guys could play for the Raiders?
Very similar. They're very similar types. It's not like it's they're this end of the spectrum, that end of the spectrum, so it's not that big of a difference.
Maybe you referred to different offensive line combinations helping your depth, making more guys play more positions. But you've used 30 of them in your 23 games as head coach. I mean, that's part of the problem, isn't it? I mean, isn't that something that has to be fixed continuity-wise for you guys to really develop this offense?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Mark. But a lot of times you're forced into those issues with injuries. So we've had a lot of injuries in that. We've had a lot of different combinations. When we first got here, we were trying to figure out the best combinations. And then this year during training camp, we had a lot of injuries. So I think we were forced into that this year a little bit. But again, we do the best we can.
For Bacon, it's obviously tough stepping in after not taking any meaningful reps during the week. How do you anticipate benefiting from spending this entire week, or at least it looks?
Yeah, just time on task, right? The reps, and again, he's been a pro, the entire time. I think he's been really good in the meetings, good into paying attention during walkthroughs. And again, you don't get a bunch of reps as a backup quarterback. And I thought he did a really nice job of coming in there, settling in once he did settle in the last game. And this is only going to be beneficial to him, to get all these reps this week. And again, I'm excited to see where he is. I know the guys have a lot of confidence in him. He's a very confident guy. Again, he's got good arm talent. He's got good poise and, pocket presence, and we're excited to see where it goes.
What can you learn about a young quarterback going through those first team reps for the first time?
Just what we saw, what we've seen. He's going to have great command. He's going to have those things in terms of poise. And he's able to chunk information, like I said earlier in the week. And how does he process this information that he's got now on Wednesday? We got first and second down runs, first and second down passes, and everything that comes along with that, with changing protections and those types of things, and we'll see where he operates today.
Matt, with Cody Whitehair and the inconsistent snaps on Sunday, has that been an issue at all throughout practice, or is that just kind of showing up on game?
It's been a little bit, during practice, some, but again, that's always an issue, when you work through and change positions. I think that when you have that, but again, it's not been like it's been glaring. There's been some of it, but again, we've corrected it and made those adjustments. And again, it's got to be better than what it was on Sunday.
As an organization, have there been instances you guys looked at of other undrafted free agent quarterbacks being asked to play as rookies? Is there anything you can lean on from kind of what's happened in the past that you can apply to help you prepare him?
Yeah, there's been a lot of guys, that have done. Came in and played, and certainly what San Francisco went through last year with their quarterback situation. So, there's a lot of optimism out there. There's a lot of he has a talent. He's got the mind, he's got the mobility. So we'll see where it goes.
Matt, with Eddie, is this a pain tolerance thing with his foot, or was there a setback from that injury on Sunday?
Yeah, we're gonna see where it is. He's gonna do individual and potentially do a little bit more today. We'll see how it goes. Again. It just flared up on him, so we'll see where it is today and then going through the week.